They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Jones has it. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
A give to Williams, running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's 2 really good stops in a row. Back-to-back tackles for losses. I mean, let's face it, they are locked into what they're doing offensively, and now they've earned the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, haven't they?
Yeah, and offensively they're going to have to do something else because the run game, at least on this drive, isn't working. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
3rd down, here's Haskins. He uncorks it for Snead. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jamal Williams, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. He lets it fly for Lockett. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 36. Here's Trubisky. Complete to Jones. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. First down, San Francisco.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for two here.
Check 6 guard. Check 37. Check 37. 36.
They'll look to run forward with Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On second down, here's Haskins. This is Miller, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down, it's Hunt, and he's able to get this one down to about the 40. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's got daylight. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Kareem Hunt. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as they are now on the board here in the first half. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky, and an alley to run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
61, matchbox white.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. This is the tight end, Fant. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, San Francisco.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Trubisky. And it's caught. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regulars. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jesse James, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Haskins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, it's Haskins. It's caught. It's Miller. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now Haskins on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky. It's caught by OBJ. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Trubisky now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken very short.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
We play to win. Let's go. Go. 180. Check. Watch 54.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Berry, the safety, comes flying in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right. He finds his target, Beckham. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Haskins will throw. He uncorks it for Snead. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Trubisky caught by Jones. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, 49ers.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Back at the 47-yard line.
51. Hey, 18. Check.
Again, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Set, ready, 60 yards. Ricky. Out.
Now on 2nd and 16. Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The dump off good for 8 there on first down.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Niners' 6-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They're going to run this with a tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They begin the drive with Williams. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz is trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. Sheldon Richardson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And now hang on here, the door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the fourth on the punt fumble. On the run, this is Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They run again with Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a big spot for the rookie Haskins. He's got Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Here's Haskins to throw.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. It's complete to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Haskins now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. I got him.
Throwing on 2nd down. Haskins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it with Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Trubisky. Jones has it. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Trubisky to throw. It's caught. Beckham. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Go! 180! Mike 54! Watch the pass! Watch the pass!
Throwing now is Trubisky. This is the tight end Fant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output